I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was 16, around March time, where I was just kind of ill. I was losing a lot of weight, I was very tired. I was drinking maybe 8-9 litres of water a day. I just kind of obviously realised something wasn't right. In hurling, I have a national title when I was under 14. In boxing, I have a national title as well when I was 13. I think defender was my last resort. I came up as a midfielder, went to striker, winger, and then ended up as a defender really. So yeah, the goals was always kind of my thing. So as well as defending the box, I like to get a few in the other box as well. So I grew up in Youghal, so it's just where I kind of came up from my hometown. Started playing football when I was 5-6 really. Just kind of joined the local club and played football with all my mates and kind of, yeah, went from there really. I suppose it's just where I grew up, where all my friends were, all my family were. It's kind of a summer town near the beach. In summer it's great when there's good weather. And then yeah, I suppose just where I grew up really. Went to school until I was, I suppose, yeah, 19. So I have 2 younger brothers, an older sister. My mum, stepdad now, and then my dad lives in Africa as well. So yeah, no, we have a lot of family in Youghal. A lot of relatives, cousins, aunts, uncles, everything. So it's kind of a town where everyone kind of knows everyone. I wouldn't say it's a small town, but it's a town, yeah, as I said, everyone kind of knows everyone and everything that's going on. So I started playing football when I was about 5 or 6. But I played many other sports as well. So I played, I suppose, the Gaelic sport, Gaelic football, hurling. When I was 10, I'd done boxing. So I was 14. And then, yeah, I suppose the age around 14, I kind of thought it was time for me to kind of focus on just playing football. And just, that was the only sport I was doing since then. Growing up, I wasn't even sure which one I wanted to do because I loved them all so much. Probably from the youngest age, I was probably more into hurling, probably, just because I think it's probably the biggest sport in Ireland. In hurling, I have a national title when I was under 14. In boxing, I have a national title as well when I was 13. And then I kind of just started finding myself enjoying playing football more so than the other sports, and wanted to focus on that. And then a few national titles with the soccer growing up as well, from the age of about 11 till 15. I think defender was my last resort. I came up as a midfielder, went to striker, winger, and then ended up as a defender really. So yeah, the goals was always kind of my thing. As a striker, and then as well as defending the box, I like to get a few in the other box as well. I think I was mid-sized, I suppose, till I was about 16, and then kind of just got a few growth spurts, and from about 16 to 18, 19, I kind of just grew a lot really, upwards, and yeah, just kind of went from there really. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes when I was 16. I think it was just, there was a few weeks around March time where I was just kind of ill. I was losing a lot of weight. I was very tired. I was drinking maybe 8-9 litres of water a day. I just kind of obviously realised something wasn't right. Went to the doctors and they kind of just sent me up to hospital and kind of diagnosed me with it. My pancreas basically doesn't work, doesn't produce insulin, so it's just kind of a genetic thing, I suppose. But in that sense, no one in my family's ever had it, so I was probably the first one to get it. I suppose it's not the most positive thing, but for me, I think it was positive, because since I was diagnosed at 16, is when things kind of started to click for me, in size of getting physically bigger, fitter, and just, I think since having it, I've kind of progressed through the ranks in football quicker. And it's been a positive thing for me. I think some people kind of overcomplicate it and think, oh, you can't eat this, you can't eat that, but I can eat everything, I can do everything that everyone else can. But I think it's just counting the carbohydrates in the food I eat, and then based on that, how much I eat is how much I'd inject insulin into my body. Because I suppose for you, it just kind of naturally does it, your body, but for me, I have to kind of calculate it, and sometimes it's not perfect and it is time consuming sometimes, but it's something you get used to. I do a lot of it by myself. I like to do it myself, but yeah, I mean, they're all at hand if I do need support or help, but no, I like to do it by myself. I know Nacho that was at Real Madrid before had it, well, still has it because you can't get rid of it, but there is a few players, but not many that I suppose that might have come out saying they have it, or yeah, I don't think there's anyone in the Premier League that has it, so it could be the first or one of the first in a while anyway. So I suppose it's rare in that sense, this approach is it's cool, I suppose, but it probably will become a lot more people will start getting it, I think, and will have it and probably come out about it as well. I think when they first find out, it's kind of all up in there. I can't do this, can't do that, but I suppose you can do anything that any other player is doing. You just have to look after your body more, and in a sense, you kind of know what goes into your body and how it affects your body. So it's good in that sense. I'm kind of, I suppose, just more in touch with my body, how it feels. And I suppose the worst part is it's time consuming, but it's not bad at all. I mean, you get used to it, and you can do anything any other player can do as well. So I think the first step for me was joining Cork City Academy when I was under 17. So that was kind of the first big move for me. Done it 3 years there and kind of progressed into the first team. Kind of just came in through injury and played then the second half of the season, played 12 games. And then at the end of the season, got offered a few trials over in England, and I went over to Crystal Palace on a 2-week trial, and they offered to sign me on a loan to buy option. And then after 3 weeks of being there, they bought me. I went over there. It was during the COVID kind of scene, and kind of just progressed through there really. I wanted to just try something different. I was open-minded when the move came about. I was a bit, I suppose, optimistic at the start with the Belgium move and moving country again and different culture and everything. But I mean, after only being there a few weeks, I was really enjoying it. The club was great at Molenbeek, and no, I didn't look back. I suppose just the language probably the main thing. Living in another city, I suppose we don't speak that language, and you're kind of just getting used to your surroundings and being in another country again. But no, all the people there were really helpful, and that was a great season. So obviously after this season, kind of I knew I was going to be leaving Palace because I knew I wanted to move on, and the move to Lyon kind of came about, and it was a huge club when I came in, and I kind of just thought, like, I've already been to Belgium, and it would be something similar in the language and everything. It's a huge club, so I jumped at it really. I knew coming here I'd have to be patient. I know, like the other clubs I've been at, being patient is something that's all part of it, and then once I get my chance, hopefully I'll grab it with 2 arms and go from there. The Premier League is the best league in the world. The pace of the game, the physicality. I know I haven't played much of it, but you can just see from the line that I suppose it is very fast, and it's a great league and has great players. So I suppose the quicker I come in there, the more I look forward to it. All the lads are top, no complaints about anyone. But you can see that it's a close-knit group. Everyone's mates, and yeah, no, Seamus, I suppose he was kind of onto me before coming here, and no, he's been right. It is a really good group of lads, and you can see that the club is, I suppose, a family feel to it. Everyone's very close, and no, it's just, I suppose, it's a great club and everything that Seamus said.